King Charles Record Surprise Podcast with Cate Blanchett. I just felt it was critical. Welcome back, Royal Watchers, to Crown Chronicles, your ultimate source for everything majestic, mysterious, and magnificently royal. Crown. If you adore the British royal family, their secrets, and their surprising modern moves, make sure you subscribe, tap that notification bell, and join the royal community that uncovers what's really happening behind the palace gates. Because here at Crown Chronicles, the crown never sleeps, and today's story proves exactly that. The headline that's got everyone talking reads, King Charles Record Surprise Podcast with Cate Blanchett. I just felt it was critical. Yes, you heard that right. His Majesty the King, the 76-year-old monarch known for his passion for tradition and environmental causes, has stepped into one of the most unexpected corners of modern media, podcasting. And not just any podcast, one featuring none other than Hollywood royalty, Cate Blanchett. Now, if you're imagining a quiet, formal conversation filled with royal pleasantries, think again. Insiders say this recording was deeply personal, refreshingly candid, and left even palace staff stunned. It's the latest sign that King Charles is rewriting what it means to be a 21st-century monarch, one microphone at a time. The collaboration came as part of Cate Blanchett's sustainability podcast series, Climate of Change, a program that focuses on global issues, climate activism, and the future of our planet. The Oscar-winning actress, known for her powerful screen presence and advocacy work, reportedly reached out to the king herself, and to everyone's surprise, he said yes almost immediately. According to a senior palace aide, the king didn't hesitate. When the proposal came in from Ms. Blanchett's team, His Majesty was intrigued. He said, "This is the kind of conversation we should be having, open, honest, and unfiltered." And so, just a few weeks later, a discreet recording setup was arranged, not at a grand palace hall or royal office, but inside one of King Charles's private study rooms at Clarence House. The podcast was recorded under strict secrecy, with only a small crew and trusted advisors present. Sources close to the production say the conversation between the king and Cate Blanchett was electric. There were moments of humor, reflection, and even vulnerability as the king spoke openly about the environmental challenges facing the world and his decades-long battle to raise awareness about climate change. In one particularly powerful moment, Charles reportedly said, "I just felt it was critical, not only for leaders, but for every person, to realize that our actions today shape the lives of generations we will never meet. It's a moral duty, not a political one." Those words, simple yet profound, are already being hailed by commentators as one of the most heartfelt statements from a British monarch in decades. Cate Blanchett, who has admired the king's environmental efforts for years, was said to be deeply moved by his sincerity. You could feel his passion in every word, one of the podcast's producers revealed. This wasn't a PR stunt. This was a man who spent 50 years trying to warn the world, and now, he's using modern tools to reach new audiences. For King Charles, this podcast marks another step in his mission to modernize the monarchy. Gone are the days when royals relied solely on speeches and press statements. Today's king is embracing digital platforms, and he's doing it in his own voice. Literally, the timing couldn't be more significant. As the world faces mounting environmental crises, King Charles has made it clear that sustainability is at the heart of his reign. His Majesty's decision to participate in a global podcast isn't just about awareness, it's about action. His Majesty wants to connect with younger generations, explained one royal insider. He understands that podcasts reach people who may never read a royal speech or watch a state broadcast. This is his way of breaking through the noise, not as a distant king, but as a global citizen. And it's working. Within hours of the podcast's announcement, social media exploded with reactions. Royal fans praised Charles for his forward-thinking approach, while others were surprised to see the monarch sharing such an informal platform with a Hollywood star. One royal commentator even joked, "If you told me 20 years ago that the future king would be swapping eco-stories with Cate Blanchett on Spotify, I would have laughed. But here we are, and it's brilliant." The recording itself reportedly lasted over an hour, covering topics from climate anxiety to organic farming, sustainable fashion, and even the king's early struggles to convince people to take environmental issues seriously. At one point, Blanchett asked him how he handled years of mockery from those who dismissed his warnings as eccentric. His answer was simple and striking. When you believe something is right, you don't stop because others don't see it yet. You keep going until they do. Those in the room say there was a long pause afterward, a silence filled with respect. Cate Blanchett later described that moment as one of the most powerful exchanges she'd ever had on the topic, but while the conversation was serious, there were also light-hearted moments that showed the king's human side. He reportedly joked about his grandchildren, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, saying they're far better at understanding climate issues than most politicians. He laughed as he admitted that his grandchildren keep reminding him to recycle properly. It's these glimpses of humor and humility that make this story so fascinating. Behind the crown and centuries of formality, King Charles appears to be finding a new voice, one that feels relatable, modern, and surprisingly real. Of course, not everyone in the palace is entirely comfortable with this approach. Some traditionalists fear that such media ventures may blur the line between monarchy and celebrity culture. But the king, according to those close to him, remains unfazed. He's always believed that leadership means evolving, one royal aide explained. If that means trying something new, even risky, he's willing to do it. And it's not just about the message. The podcast proceeds. According to reports, will go toward environmental education programs and charities championed by the King's Foundation, ensuring that every word spoken has a lasting impact beyond the broadcast. For Cate Blanchett, the experience was equally unforgettable. After recording, she reportedly told friends, "I've interviewed many world leaders and thinkers, but few speak with such depth and heart. King Charles doesn't just talk about saving the planet, he's dedicated his life to it." And for the royal family, the podcast is more than a one-time collaboration, it's a statement. It signals a new era of openness, where even the king himself is stepping beyond the palace walls to engage in meaningful global dialogue. As one royal observer perfectly put it, if Queen Elizabeth's reign was about stability, King Charles's reign is about responsibility. And this podcast, with its unexpected blend of royal wisdom and Hollywood charm, might just be the most powerful expression of that yet. So, what's next for the world's most unexpected podcaster? Rumor has it this won't be his last appearance. There are whispers that King Charles may continue using digital platforms to champion causes close to his heart, perhaps even launching his own special royal series focused on sustainability and social change. One thing's certain, the king has found a new way to speak to the world. And the world, for once, is listening. If you loved this royal revelation, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Speech Balloon, tell us in the comments, what do you think about King Charles joining the podcast world? Is this the modern monarchy we've been waiting for?